Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Um, we got silhouettes tonight. You may not have seen them if you were following Twitter. It's very similar to what I do. I just wait for the tweets, and I didn't have my game open. But my Discord was kind enough to ping me and let me know, hey, in-game notification, we have silhouettes. So I feel like the winter silhouette this time around is pretty straightforward. The last couple times they've all been pretty straightforward, and we have a pretty accurate track record for guessing who is correctly in these pictures. Let's just get the easy one out of the way. Yeah, the one on the left is definitely Black Knight. There's not really any debate to that. I'm gonna keep it honest. It's Black Knight. I guess it could also be Zelgius. Spoilers that Faye did like 5 years ago. Um, but I feel like Black Knight is always depicted with the helmet on, and Zelgius is typically depicted without the helmet. Here you can definitely see that the helmet is on, 100%. So I'm fairly confident that that's going to be a Black Knight iteration, which I guess could also technically be Radiant Dawn or Path of Radiance still. So not really super telling from the picture which titles they were getting representation here from. I would have to assume that it's probably Path of Radiance, but I guess it could also be Radiant Dawn. I know that typically they like to separate the two. I would bet Path of Radiance on that alone, but it could really be anything. This is all just me hoping that Micaiah's not on the banner. I don't see why she would be, right? Like, she was already in summer, and so we don't need another Micaiah, all right? That's silly. That's silly business, and we have no time for silly business. Yes, right? Yes? Okay, cool. Glad we're on the same page. Alright, so that's definitely Black Knight. There's no question about that. But we also have a caricature on the right. So, I did, since I got pinged in my Discord, I was talking with them a little bit about who I thought it was. And there were two that kind of came to my mind. The first one was Rebecca, and I thought how funny it would be. How funny would it be if instead of like giving her a resplendent art to get rid of just the zaniness that is her still portrait eyes, they just went with a winter alt. Which, by the way, the one may be hiding somewhere within the Black Knight bulkiness. So there may be a harmonized unit represented here, but I don't think that there is. I think this is just a 5-star and a 4-star or a Grail unit. I think that's typically what they do. If there were a harmonized, I think we'd probably be seeing 3 figures. And again, one may be hiding. It's difficult to say. I don't think we have the harmonized unit pictured here. Also, based on the discussion of the Discord, it sounds like Awakening is supposed to be somehow involved in the harmonized unit. So, since I can pretty confidently say neither of these two images are from Awakening, and I'll speak to that in just a moment, I'm fairly confident the harmonized unit is not pictured here. So I think it's just like a Grail unit and a 5-star, or the 4-star and a 5-star, something along those lines. I have a hard time believing that we would have 2 Black Knight characters in the game, both of which are free. However, they literally did that with Har. So they might do it with Black Knight also. I do not know. Maybe Black Knight and Har are just 2 bros. They're like, yeah, those are Grails all the time. All the time, Grails. That could also be the case. I'm not really sure. Point is that I think this could be Rebecca, but then Another name was brought up that feels very good to that position, and I almost feel like Annette is a better ringer for this. Specifically, if you're noticing the actual image over on the right side of your screen, I think it's actually Three Hopes Annette specifically, because that matches the hair with like the teardrop braids. I don't know what those are called. I have one hairstyle, and currently it's a mess because I fell asleep earlier today. Because my sleeping schedule has been an absolute nightmare. And also I'm taking lots of allergy medicines because I have hay fever, it seems. So that's fun. Anyway, the point is, I think it might actually be Annette over Rebecca. But it's kind of tough to say if, like, maybe they just did her hair slightly different for the winter thing, but then, like, they usually don't mess with hair too much. Like, it's usually pretty true to form of like the official artwork that they have for them. And Rebecca definitely has like the long side braids, whereas Three Hopes Annette over here has them like looped and bundled, teardropped, whatever that styling would be. So if I had to choose, I think I would probably say Tellius, Fodlin, Awakening somewhere in there. That is how I feel. I'm just hoping Titania's not on the banner. Or Cordelia. I did last year predict a winter Cordelia. Which, by the way, if you're unaware, I did put out a video earlier, I think it was this month, like a week or so ago, where I predicted one special hero, or just one hero from every staple recurring banner that we have, usually seasonal, in FEH for 20, or, well, not 2023, but Book 7, basically. So this will be the first test to see if I got one right or wrong, and how our record's going to start out. I predicted Winter Hector, I think. And so if it is Rebecca, there's maybe a little bit of hope for Alib. Yeah? Maybe? We will see. Tough to say. But that's kind of where my head's at. Let me know where your head is at in the comments down below this video, or to the side, or wherever they show up. I don't know. There was also a double special prediction that went out earlier today. So if you're looking for that double special banner coming your way soon, you can check that out as well. But that's it for now. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you. Like, comment, subscribe. All those things helps me, helps the channel. And Susan, who definitely calls me every other morning expecting a status update, because she is personally invested in my channel specifically and nobody else's. So, hoping for good news on Thursday's call. Anywho, that's it. Thanks again, and until then, I will catch you next time.